дружит.
Okay, we are live.
Good.
Okay, perfect. Welcome everybody to today hot seat. I have two amazing gentlemen with me, Ross and Jean, and we will talk today about amazing product, amazing project and amazing company, which we know for more than 1.5 years in our company in CoinSet. It's the Solby. sto1 has been working with CoinSet very successfully, I would say, by launching platforms, by promoting the own utility token, and most importantly, giving opportunity to our community to promote, to earn money, to be part of the company's success, and the most importantly, to share the journey together. And today we have amazing news to share with everybody who joined today hot seat, and I can see that we are live at the moment. Please do share this link with everybody who are from CoinSet community, from other communities. If you believe that a person should get the value from what we will discuss, then definitely please act on it. But without further ado, let's have a look a bit more detail what actually has been done, and most importantly, what is there lays ahead of us. Can we please maybe briefly start, Ross, with like a brief story, how it's all started and where you are today with your tokens and specifically with SLX for our community.
Perfect. Thank you, Mila, for the invitation, and we are happy to share new insights, updates, or provide more clear picture where we are, what we did, and where we are going. So before we start, I want to congratulate everybody that we finally reached the amount of 10,000 minted SBADs. It was today. So we reached this amount and we're moving forward. So to sum up, 10,000 people now can access their sto1 products and their STOs, right? That is starting from their GFST security token, because our main idea that we're building, it is our ecosystem, right? And the first client who will be inside our ecosystem, the first STO, our priority client, it is GFST. So GFST STO will be the first STO where people will be able to log in with Solby when they pass KYC one time and then interact with the dashboard. And 10,000 minted SBADs, so decentralized identity, it is very important metric for us, because at this moment we have successfully verified more than 18,000 people from 90 countries, right? And it is, of course, a big amount of the community, and we have more than 48,000 token holders of SBAD. And of course, we already integrated their SBAD logic, as I mentioned, into their digital security dashboard of the GFST that you can visit and educate yourself and be prepared before the launch of their GFST STO. And very important for us that we go in traction, right? Because we launched this product like only in 3 months and announced the launch from the main stage in Vietnam. And each month, each week, we're moving forward and forward, updating the platform, connecting to GFST, launching GFST, and now we have their ongoing public round of their Solby utility token, right, in the CoinSet. So we're going step by step according to our roadmap, because we previously, I kindly reminding you, we finalized and finished the private sale phase 1, then we finished the private sale phase 2, and now we're currently on the public round, right? And once public round will be finished, we'll go to the trading and to the listings. But very important to understand that during their public round of Solby that is currently available in the CoinSet, people do not have any lockup periods, and it is very important, because on the first round it was 12 months, 1 year. Why? Because it was the most attractive price and the terms, right? Then with a doubled price, we opened the second phase of the private round with a lockup period of 6 months, right? With a higher price. And now with more higher price, we launched the public round, but during this round, it is 0 lockup period. And what we did, because we are pioneering the market, we introduced something very innovative that we shared on our webinars in the beginning of the August when we launched the public round, especially their new engagement model, new tokenized model for community, right? Based on our security token, so revenue share security token SLX. And the logic is the following, that the main idea why we are here, right? And what is their main agenda for the investors? It is to have their benefit, to have the return and have the passive income, right? That's why we decided not to go to the traditional Web2 referral program, right? But run it in our tokenization rules, because we're tokenization providers. And it is something that never done before. It is super innovative. And what we are doing, we sharing and we allocating 20% from all of the company revenue, so from each sold SBAD, to their holders of the future SLX security token. So it is the option, it is the possibility to get the passive income each quarter, right? And you're perfectly right when you mentioned that we started like 1.5 years ago. Why? Because anyway, we understand that GFST will have its own STO on our products, right? And our main agenda and main purpose is to provide additional benefits for the users who will anyway will use our products, right? So, and before you are the first, because you're the first who believe in us, who supported us, right? You're the first community where we did it. You have like preferred information and preferred terms. And then what does it mean? That now we have only 10,000 minted SBADs. But remember, our main KPI is 1 million minted SBAD. So by having SLX token, the revenue share security token, where you can get 20% revenue from all of the company that generating, it is a possibility for you to get the profit from each sold NFTs from other communities that we will onboard, because now it is only 10,000. But when we will reach 1 million, it is like a big possibility for you to get additional bonuses from this. And it is also based on your support and based on your engagement. But the question is how I can get the SLX revenue share security token, how I can get it. And the answer is simple. You will be able to convert it from Solby utility token that was available in CoinSet during the private rounds and still available during the public that you can purchase, but only unlocked tokens will be available for the conversions, right? So for the users, old users that participated before, they had, for example, 12 months lockup period from their first January of 2023, right? And the second round, they have 6 months. So the lockup periods for the 6 months will end like in the beginning of September, around the September, right? So it means that all of these people that participated during their private sale phase 2 will be able to unlock their tokens, right? And all of these unlocked tokens of Solby will be available for the conversion. That's why, for example, if you're purchasing the Solby now during the public round, it is the ability for you to straightforward, once the public round will be finished, to convert it into SLX revenue share security token and have like revenue share from each sold SBAD. And it is the biggest benefit for the community to get your passive income. Jean, do you have something to mention?
First of all, hi everyone. Yes, I do. And hi Mila, thank you for an invitation. And it's great to be here. I think that this video may be seen by people who are definitely outside this community and outside the CoinSet community. So before we move on, I would like to take a pause and explain more about what we basically do and why we're here. And if you look at the logo over here that says Starbucks, And what is a Starbucks? And this is where I'm a CEO and co-founder, and Ross is the chief operating officer and co-founder as well. And what we do is that we are turnkey tokenization service provider. So which means that we bring tokenization into the real world, into the life. And when we say by what is tokenization, is basically you have a real world asset, like shares of your company, like physical, like real estate, right? And you put this on the blockchain rails. And when we say turnkey provider, it means that we know everything from the very beginning to the very end of the process. And we've done it many times, and we're building our expertise around these processes. And these processes and this whole tokenization can be divided into two main parts: is the knowledge and is the technical products. Because there's a lot of people trying to understand how tokenization can be done or should be done and what are the best practices. But because we've spent within the last 5 years almost 100,000 hours cumulatively, all our team, on researching and development the nuances, the pitfalls, regulations, and the processes, how tokenization has to be done in a legal and compliant way, we have, let's say, a perfect knowledge in this. Maybe it's not perfect, but it is almost perfect, which means that we know how it's done, when it's done, how it should be structured from a legal perspective, and so on. And that's only the first part. The second part, this is exactly where Ross has started to talk about, is the products. So our main product is the dashboard. It's where all the magic's happening, whereas the real world assets becomes tokens. And this is called the security tokens, shares, revenue shares, asset tokens. Doesn't matter. These are the assets where dashboard is the platform when they're managed. And as most of you know, that we have recently launched the product called Solby ID, because the tokenization and because compliance defy decentralized finance, they assume KYC verification, right? It's the investor verification. There is a need and there is a demand for a special standalone product that would be responsible for identification. And what we're already saying is that today's morning, we have already reached the milestone of 10,000 people verified on the blockchain with their wallets that are ready to explore tokenization through the dashboard. And exactly right, this is the first dashboard that we're launching on the ecosystem. This is a bit different from a traditional dashboard because it's all united, right? We unite different parts of the products. The first token, the first real world asset token that would be launched is the GFST security token. So more people engage into the Starbucks, more people engage into Solby, more investment opportunities like GFST would go for tokenization model. More people will have working together, investing together, and benefiting together. More businesses would be able to benefit this. And when we speak about our tokens and what we do with Solby, there are two types of tokens that we have. There is a utility token, and the word utility says it's all, right? It's a ticket, it's the way of payment, it's the way of using the product. That's a one part. And the second part is, as Ross again mentioned, is a very new concept of a revenue share. So instead of tokenizing, and this is an interesting approach, instead of tokenizing a physical assets, we're tokenizing the revenue of the business. And we say, okay, let's take 20% of all our revenues and let's divide them equally between the token holders. And that's it. So in this case, more people would engage in tokenization, more people engage into Solby and get verified. And this is, of course, that's a paid function, that's a paid service, you pay $10 for it. So more people engage in this, there's more revenues to be distributed for the security token holders. This is a revenue share security token. And again, what that allows us is to basically pay dividends on a quarterly basis. So you don't need to wait years. You don't need to wait until the company,